Hey guys, Evan here from Richworks Gear, excited to bring you part 2 of our new video series on how to design and construct a custom day pack. In part 1, we talked about our client's goals for the pack and we did some initial concepting. Here's a final rendering I did for the pack that's been approved by our customer Peter. In this video, we're going to talk about going from a drawing to actually making the bag.
Alright, so after I make the rendering, the next thing I do is I make sort of a blueprint, which will have a bunch of loose dimensions for the patterns for each panel that I need, like the front, any pockets, there's going to be the roll top section, the bottom section is its own kind of assembly, and then the side panels. So I'll get all the dimensions that I need so I can cut out the basic patterns. I've got a lot of materials for this bag. The base of the materials, all the gray, is going to be 500 denier nylon Cordura. I think this is Battleship Gray. It's kind of like a gunmetal. It's going to be lined with this 200 denier nylon pack cloth. All the zippers are going to be waterproof zippers, so here's our waterproof, or I should say water resistant zippers. Got some buckles, got 1.5 for the top, and we got a 3/4 for the sternum strap. This is going to be a 1.5 inch, I believe it's polyester. For the top strap, we're going to be using probably mostly yellow, maybe some gray and black binding tape. This mesh right here is going to be what we use for all of the strap padding and back panel padding. The next thing we're going to do is start with sewing up the front panel.
Now that we've planned everything out, we've got our materials together, let's start sewing it up.
So this is how it all starts. It's just a rectangle piece of fabric, and by the end of this little time lapse, it'll be our finished front panel. First thing I'll do is just cut the diagonal where our diagonal pocket will be. And then next thing I have to do is make sure these zippers are ready to go. So each one needs a little tab on both ends, some stitching so that the zipper head won't fall off. Right now I'm just cutting the exterior pocket, which will be overlaid on top of that main panel, doing some measurements. I do use a masking tape often for marking measurements and holding stuff. Sewing on the tag right here, consistently measuring, make sure everything looks like it's lined up. Sewing on that vertical zipper, and now getting some liner fabric in there for that vertical pocket. I haven't really done a pocket like this before, so it was the first time, so it took a little bit of figuring out, but I think it actually came out pretty nice. Getting ready to sew the diagonal zipper in right here. I think I actually messed up. Yeah, tearing the seam open right now to redo it because it didn't line up as nice as I wanted it to. Second time it came out pretty good. Right here I'm bar tacking that webbing with some little extra so it has a little bit of loop. I use a pen to make sure that there's the same amount of extra fabric for each little loop. Right here sewing in some more liner fabric for that diagonal pocket. The diagonal pocket takes up the whole back panel, so it's a pretty large pocket. Trimming up the excess right here, and then I'll be sewing on one more layer of back panel fabric. Thanks for watching this video. In the next one, we'll finish up the bag and I'll show you the final product.